As much of a fan as I am with this deck, I would be very, very, very cautious with investing in it. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button, 34% of you guys that haven't already. Come on, show some love for the channel. So I want to talk about Runic's impact on Master Duel, and I initially saw a lot of comments about this when the deck first got announced. A lot of people were like, oh, you know, I'm ready to play Labyrinth Mommy instead. But I've seen a lot of people that were making it through very high ranked matches with Runic. Now, here's my disclaimer with this. Runic in a 1-out-of-1 vacuum format is actually pure insanity. All right, like that deck being allowed to have triple card demise and, you know, Amano Awado and things like that, it's not going to last long, kids. I'm not going to lie to you about that, all right? Like, the purpose of this video is to, I want to talk about, obviously, you know, 1-out-of-1 format, the way that Master Duel acts, and how Runic got me acting up as of late with this. So, I actually have not had the chance to invest into Runic just yet. It has been one of the things I've wanted to do on Master Duel, because for those of you that have watched this channel, you know I'm a huge fan of Runic. Contrary to what a lot of other people have said when Runic first, you know, got announced, oh my god, the deck is so crap. You know, like an archetype that's going to be focused on, you know, milling out your opponent, an entire archetype that its game plan is... Its game plan was similar to old deck out back in the day. Now, I don't know if many of you remember the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Most trading card games are usually designed on control, combo, and stall. You know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had a lack of in the last couple of years? The stall aspect, which gives you control and combo, endlessly duking it out in an endless vacuum, which kind of makes things a little bit boring. I've stated this in the past multiple times, that Yu-Gi-Oh! Not really having a viable burn strategy kind of hurts it. We just lost, actually the TCG just lost Mystic Mind Burn officially, which I understand that Mystic Mind as a card was a horrible sense of the word, and it would have been nice if there would have been a way to kind of allow it to stick around in a better incarnation of itself, but I can't really think of a way that you could you could really play that card without making some sort of restriction on the card that would really go beyond like Yu-Gi-Oh's sense of things. Yu-Gi-Oh's never really explored the aspect of putting a line of text on a card that says you can't play any monsters in your deck if you play this card, or, you know, things like that. They really should use those. I mean, you can only use the effect of this card once per duel, but those effects show up very rarely. But Yu-Gi-Oh's never really taken advantage of all of the limitations and things that you can print on a card. You know, you can only activate one card with this card's name per duel, or, you know, something like you can only include one copy of this card in your deck. That'd be nice. So back on the topic here, you know, bringing up the fact that, you know, control, combo, and stall being kind of like the avatar elements here. You know, once you kind of bring them together, you will see like the format kind of start to shape up. You'd have perfect gameplay. Kind of reminds me of Magic the Gathering in a way where, you know, obviously Burn is one of the decks that can kind of topple through combo relatively easily. And, you know, it is kind of the oddball out here. Now, what you have in Master Duel right now is Runic, which is the massive stall burnout deck. You have a field spell. I think the thing that made this deck so insane was the fact that it said, hey, you want a field spell? You know what? We're going to give you one of the best field spells we've ever made in the game. You want to draw 3 cards? You know what? We're going to do you one better. You want to draw 3 cards during the opponent's turn? You know you want to. Come on. You want to draw 6? Oh, wait, the field spell's not a... this is my other favorite part about this discussion. The field spell's not a hard once per turn. It's a once per turn per copy. So, you know, in the case of, you know, you getting milled out a little bit, you have the other field spell. Teehee, just go ahead and activate a second copy. As long as you got another one of those good cards in your hand that you can play, you can draw effectively 6 cards in a turn. Now, the purpose of making this discussion was to, once again, tell you that Master Duel is a 1-out-of-1 format. Decks like this that kind of show up in, honestly, the vacuum of the format can become issues. And the issue is, I just put all my money into Runic. Konami gonna ban that crap a month later. That's kind of what I'm fearful of, and kind of what I'm noticing here. Flaunderies had their reign for so long because of Barrier Statue. And you know what happened? Barrier Statue finally got put down. The fact that card, in combination with, the rest of Flaunderies. I mean, Flaunder's a deck that its entire game plan, it abuses normal summons as if they're special summons, which is kind of hilarious. I mean, it took Konami a matter of years to release a deck that could function on that axis, so I can't hate on them too much for that. For the time being, it was a very good call on their part. I think that they did a very good job cleaning that up, and I will give them some credit. They did very good with that. But you know what Runic's gonna do? I've already heard players complaining about this, and this is hilarious to me. I can't believe my opponent just milled out my resources. This deck is such bullshit. Like, how dare you allow this deck? Deck has been out on Master Duel for 2 weeks, if that. And players are complaining. Now, I get players complain about anything, but let's take a step back here and once again analyze the strategy. Runic cards mill your opponent out. They shove resources into the banished pile that your opponent normally doesn't have a way to get back. Now, in actual Yu-Gi-Oh!, with the physical cards, the actual, I can feel my cards, I can shuffle them, I can engage with my opponent. In the actual vastness of the world, there's 2 out of 3 format, which, if you see a Runic player doing Runic things, you're probably just gonna bite the bullet, play out game 1 as much as you can, get as much info as you can, find out maybe some of the variations, ratios, things that they're trying to do. Then you're going to grab that thing that sits over here in the corner called the side deck. Your deck box opens up, and then in comes Heartbeast, Featherless, Lightning Storm, Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclones, all of those hate cards that make that matchup what we like to call tolerable. Now, in the vastness of the 1-of-1 format, unfortunately, you don't get that. Either you're main decking your outs to as much of a degree as you can, or you're just going to get torn up by this. Now, how many Lightning Storms and how many, Heartbeast Feather Dusters can you put in a 1-out-of-1 format to, have the deck function? That has some to be desired, I think. I think that you will have some room left in the format to kind of see and decide what you want to do based on that, especially if you're going to run into Runic on the ladder, that you're kind of going to have to be aware of that at the end of the day. But I would definitely be aware of that. And if you want to go spend some money on Master Duel, and you kind of want to take a step back here and be like, oh, I was thinking about playing Labyrinth, but Runic looked way better. Runic is just the temporary solution, all right? Professing your love to the keeper of the labyrinth will last an eternity. So make the decision wisely, duelist. Do you want to fight for yourself, or do you want to use the crazy traps that lurk in the labyrinth? The domination mommy. Do you want her to teach you how to trap your opponents? Hey, Kay, do you want to do shit yourself, or do you want somebody else to do it for you? And I think we know the answer to that. Spend all your money on Labyrinth. Because don't do it on Runic, because that deck, I guarantee you, it's not going to last long. As much as, like I said in the beginning of this video, as much as I want to go build it, and I've been debating it, I don't foresee the deck lasting too long. There's going to be some sort of limitation. It's going to come down on the deck. A lot of people are continuing to cry about it. I get it, all right? It's a little bit busted, all right? It's not my cup of tea, per se, but you know what? As one of the only few dedicated Runic players left in the game that still truly gets a chance to enjoy the deck post Mystic Mine going away. Oh, also Card Demise is at 3. Yeah, that's the most important reason to make this video. Yeah, you can go play 3 Card Demise in your Runic deck. That doesn't seem massively powerful or anything, but that's what we're dealing with right now. So, what do you guys think so far? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patron. Duel!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.